Hello guys and welcome back to Foxshot Realistic Creative Server. Now this is update number 36, so let's go check on what is new since last time. So it's been a while since we last had an update, but right now we're going to be reviewing the contest area. We just hosted this rail industry set contest where the winners, they can get an animation and get their set animated. So we're going to be reviewing the submissions. So first off, we have Anna, aka NYC Tota. He made this rail depot from the Netherlands. This is water Grafsmeer. And here's what it looks like. We have an NS Verm, a couple of TGVs over here, Thales, and I don't know what this is, but the passenger train. So there is a lot of trains and locomotives all scattered around. There's even like a ICE right here that's green and red. And here's some catenaries. Now there's actually a building right over here that has an interior, so we're going to take a look at that. And here is the other side of the shed. There is a ton of rolling stock. So inside, this is what the workshop looks like. Very nice, and it is an actual place in real life, so all this is like based on a reference. So they're working on a couple of trains. Quite a lot of trains. It's actually pretty packed. So you can see the variety of trains. If you're interested in Dutch trains, you would probably like this build a lot. But I don't actually know that much info about these builds. But it does look pretty cool. And you can see their anvils are actually floating on the spider string. And we have a couple of these signs up there. And here is what the front looks like. There's even like this crossing arm here. Not sure what this like cage is for though. It's like a little moat, and I guess you could stop the vehicles there. And here's what it looks like. Very nice. You can actually use the walkways as a Minecraft person with the ladders and the stairs. So here's a look from above. And there is a couple of these tiny shunters just on the siding. And a lot of these dumpsters. And where is this? Let's get a little shed. Little work shed. That's a cool forklift design. And let's go check out the other entries. So the next entry right over here is Deltas. And he actually made Norfolk Southern Altoona Workshop. So this is a real place as well. And it looks really nice. And unfortunately, he didn't actually complete the entry. During the first days of the contest, he actually worked a lot, but then after that, he kind of just stopped. But here's what it looks like so far, and it looks a lot like the real life thing. A lot of track in this turntable, and there is a little shed here with little walkway, little garage or something, warehouse building. There also is like a couple of these houses right here on the side, right next to the yard, and they are right here in real life as well. Very nice. But as I said before, this is not a complete build, so if you go on the inside, there is a little bit of an interior, but not fully done yet. So this is what the inside of the shed looks like. Got a couple of these locomotives, Norfolk Southerns. Just getting worked on. There's like a blue Conrail here as well. Here's another Norfolk Southern. Very cool. And here is the look at the other builds. Right there, you can see he has his own style of doing things. Alright, so right across from Delta, this is MCDD 101. He's actually here for the video. And this is what he made. He didn't actually finish the build, but it is a Kiwi rail, some kind of a yard. And I guess he was making like this road that was supposed to go all the way around here. There's a couple of these semi-trucks back there parked. Here is a look at the locomotives up close. From New Zealand, you would recognize these. And here in the back, there's another shunter and a couple of these flat cars. And yet another locomotive right here. Very cool designs. So next up we have White Kasar. He made a tramway service engine and coach repair facility. So it's a little bit back of the day. We got a semaphore signal here and a couple of these older cars. And there is a very small engine here. I guess you can call it a tank engine. And a couple of these cars. Now he actually did not finish the set, so this is all that we have so far. So next up we have Bleacock. Here's what it looks like. It's some tracks on a very steep hill. It's overlooking a couple of these buildings down here, and there is a little bridge that connects it together. I wonder if this is like a real life place. Very steep looking. And here's what it looks like. On the very top there's a couple of funnels, so I wonder what industry is it. I feel like it has something to do with power generation, like some kind of a power plant. That's what I'm thinking of. And this is a cool detail. He added like a little sewer system, so the water, it gets transported out. And there also is like this statue made of warped. And this is the Lenin monument, so he is from Russia, so maybe this is a real life place. So next we have a couple of these incomplete entries. First off is Glass. He made this yard with a couple of BNSF locomotives. They look pretty cool. As well as something from California. This is the Metrolink train back over there. But that's pretty much it. And the other side we have Mighty Mo. He added one BNSF locomotive. And then next up we have Spicy. He just made one track and next to a road, and it looks like he was gonna make a siding. And then we have Hyper. He just made a shed right there. There is not really an interior in that build, I checked. And next up we have by Johnny. This is another Metrolink yard, and looks like to be adjacent to a freight yard. And next we have Copy. He made this yard, not really much stuff into it. And the other side we have Seb. So Seb actually made this shipping container yard. This actually had a lot of potential, I think. It looks pretty cool. I do wish he actually finished the build though. But he added just a lot of these containers, quite huge, along with a Canadian national train right here. And here is Meeper's entry. So he is Absolute Mad Lad 0 in game. And he actually won 3rd place in the contest. Now this yard is based on eastern end of Binghamton Yard, which is in upstate New York, I believe. So this is the New York, I forgot the acronym for this, but it's somewhere in upstate New York. This yellow train. Sorry, Cat. I don't exactly remember the real name. It was like NYS and then something. Maybe Susquehanna? I don't know. But here are some rolling stock. Right there, they're parked a couple of tanker cars, some grain-covered hoppers, I guess a box car, even some container well cars, and there is even another train right over here. Some gondolas or hoppers, and some more covered hoppers. Rail materials here on the side. There also is the snowplow here. Very cool, and there is a couple of these axles on the track. So Meeper actually won 3rd place in the contest, so he may be getting an animation for this rail yard, but he's actually going to expand the yard because the plots for the contest are kind of limited. So he said he's going to expand it later on and make it more complete. So right here is Seg's entry, so he actually didn't get to complete it. You can see he stopped working on the rail ties back over there, but appears to be some kind of like a trucking rail facility, something combining those two. So right across from Seg, this is Blue's entry. Now he actually won 1st place in the contest, so he's gonna get this animated, and this is what it looks like. It's very, very detailed. As you can see, it's very complete as well compared to like everyone else. He has a CSX train chugging along right here. This is his design, and it's 2 of these locomotives pulling some well cars with the containers. And I guess you can call it an intermodal. And right over here, this is a nice bridge on a diagonal. I think you can call it like a lattice. It has like a lattice structure to it. And then here we have a shed. It does not have interior, but the exterior I guess is fine. And there's like a forklift there again. And a couple of these working mechanisms. Now I think this is based on a place in real life as well. So all of this like exists in real life, just rebuilt in Minecraft. It's also like a caboose back over there, and also Not to mention, there's like a road that slopes down all the way down across. There also is like some kind of tower right there. It's a nice detail. So you can see this is like probably going to be a great animation set. So I am looking forward to making an animation with this. Alright, so here is Face's entry, and he is from Singapore, so he made this Singapore station. So it says, please go behind LTA sign for map guidance. Seriously, this place is big, just read the signs. Alright, so let's try to find the LTA. So as you can see, even though it's like a rail industry contest, he built an entire city. So that is pretty cool. So I guess right behind the sign is like a little diagram. Oh, this is really complicated. But if you want to actually read this, you can pause the video. Interesting facts. Metro lines are fully driverless with automatic train inspection systems and self-management protocols. Very advanced stuff. So he actually made this train garage right over here. So this building actually has trains inside. And there is a ton of buses on top as well. So it's kind of like a shared facility, I guess. And I wonder how the buses get down. Do they have like an elevator, perhaps? Or like a ramp? Here's what it looks like on the side. You can kind of see the interior. So let me try to find... Oh, there's like a ramp. It goes all the way from street level all the way up here. Here's the other side of the bus depot. And there is like a crane here that's pulling up a train car. And you can see this is the inside of the garage. There is a lot of MRTs, so mass rapid transits, from Singapore. So it's very, very massive, this facility. And this is not even like close to the ground. It's like kind of up there in the ground, so it's elevated. And here's like a second floor to it. So you can see there is a ton of more trains. There's even like these end rods, so I guess that helps with the lighting. I don't know if that's intentional or not. If it's supposed to be a pipe or is it supposed to be lighting. And here's what it looks like on the ends. So there's like some buffers at the end of the platform. A lot of trains again, and this is like a massive warehouse. And right over here, he actually has an elevator. I think this is actually a pretty cool design. And it has like an elevator shaft. You can role play as an elevator. Let's go down to the bottom floor. Let's see what's there. So this is, what is this? This level does maintenance for the northeast line. And apparently it's automatic. What is that noise? Apparently when you walk on this, it makes a noise. So here's what it looks like. Got a walkway. A ton of trains yet again. How does Singapore have this many trains? And it does come with these cool walkways that can walk along on player scale. Check out all the trains. It's a pretty cool set, I think. And here's what it looks like at the end. You can see there's like 2 levels to this. And here's what it looks like on the bottom level. Again, a ton of trains. And these all tracks sort of like link up together at the end of the rail yard. And it combines. Right over here is a couple of trains even. How many trains are even in this map? It even goes underground, so I wonder if there's like an underground section. Let's see where this exactly goes. Yeah, this goes pretty deep, although it doesn't really go anywhere. So here's what it looks like on the outside. You can see there's a lot of these tracks going along. Very complex track system. A lot of different like elevation levels and curves. And here's apparently another street level view. Got a couple cars. And I guess like a station here, although you're not supposed to make a station. It's supposed to be only rail industry contests, and one of the rules is don't build a station. But this is pretty cool regardless. So this is Warp Singapore by Phase A350, and this is based on Singapore in real life in 1.5:1 scale. All these buildings are real apparently, and this is quite similar to his contest entry, but it's a little bit different. On the top of this, there's sort of like a, what do you call it, a roof cover above all these bus. I guess these are supposed to be like bus parking spots. Still have the ramp there, but I'm not sure if there's going to be trains on the other side. Let me check. Oh, there is a train. So there are like the same trains right there. And the bottom one. So it's a little bit different. So as you can see, he's building an entire city of Singapore in Minecraft. So if you are from Singapore and you want to help him out. I think Bon is also helping with this project. You can guys can come join the server and help them out. There also is like a building here with Chinese characters. I can't quite read this, but maybe you can. And all these buildings, they have like little air conditioning units on the side. That's a pretty cool detail. Very like modern, this area, and this is an interesting building as well. Modern designs. There's rail line going across here. Like a different train. This actually looks pretty nice. And whoa, what is a shed doing around here? I wonder if this is associated with this, because this kind of feels like two different things. So next we're going to take a look at the Cactus Collision Set. So this is the set where two BNSF train collided, and I just made an animation on that. And the set is built mostly by me, with some help from Mr. Sweet and Delta. So they made the water tower there, and Delta made the grain bins right over here. But I built pretty much everything else except for that excavator. That is by NYC Toda, aka Anna. So this is from the animation. You can see what it looks like in game. So if you don't know what it actually looks like, here is what it does. So it's pretty much like a rural area in Texas, and I based it on like a Google Maps. In the video for the actual collision, it's actually quite blurry, so the Google Street View helped a lot in this build. Alright, so next up we have Warp Airport by Meek, based on Schiffel, but no exact copy. So here is what it looks like. He's working on this airport, and I guess this is going to be the entrance. And you see these roads on sides. So I think it must come from Netherlands. If it's called Schiffel. Here's a couple of these planes. I think we did look at these planes before. Or maybe it's a new facility. I'm not quite sure. But there's what it looks like so far. And this area is actually quite massive, so there's definitely a lot of work that goes into making an entire airport. Got a plane taxiing around. Got some nice taxiways, and there is this plane right over here. I think we looked at these things before, or maybe I'm wrong. It's just like the same style. Here is where it connects. You can see like two places to load passengers. That's pretty nice. Welcome to Warp France, built by Soli. He is a French builder, and he's revamping his Warp France yet again. So it's Christmas themed, so it's like Christmas time. So there's like this Christmas. Can you call this a Christmas tree, or just like tree covered in snow? But here's what the warp looks like so far. There's like a nice tramway on the side here, tram station. And there is a couple of these new buildings here. I haven't seen them before. And there is also like this highway. But overall, it looks pretty clean. I do like how the roads came out. This actually looks pretty nice. So now we're going to take a look at Seb's train in Warp Trains. So he has a couple of trains here. They have the locomotive manufacturer signs. That's how he sorts it out. So Siemens, GE, Bombardier, and some others. So here is a look at his trains. Very nice designs, and you can have an overview. And there is a ton of detail on the roofs of these builds. It's a pretty cool BC rail here. I like how he did like the stripe. That turned out pretty nice. And what is this one? This is Canadian National, Illinois Central. So this must be one of like the new Canadian National Heritage units. I wonder if this is as well. Some unpainted locomotives. And there are some blue and yellow ones here. Not quite sure what they're from. Black and yellow here. And back over there, there is Canadian National. So then we're going to take a look at Soli's trucks. So here are some, so I don't know what that is. Just some European trucks, I'm assuming. And they are carrying these logging cars, so lumber. So now we're back in Train World to look at Soli's trains. So here's a couple of those locomotives. See what they're called. SNCF, which is basically like the French railroad. Owned by the state, I believe. A lot of different liveries of this. I think they're like the same thing though. And there is a couple of these small. These are really, really small. What are they? SNCF. Y8400. So our Arzen's livery. I don't know, if you're a French guy, maybe you know what that means. You can read all these by Alstom. Yeah, SNCF. There is a ton of SNCF stuff, so basically all of French stuff right there. And next up from Johnny, this is his new Acela Express, so everything has a complete and accurate interior apparently. He's using these different tracks with the walls, and let's see what the interior of this actually looks like. I'm going to turn on no clip. So let's try to go inside. Here's what a locomotive cab looks like. There is an interior of this. Wow, very impressive. A lot of compartments. And let's see what the inside of the cars look like. They're very nice, actually. That has curtains on each of the windows. Got a lot of seats and tables here. And I think he does ride Amtrak in real life, so he knows what he's actually building. Couple cars here. I wonder if there's gonna be is there a bathroom here? Yeah, there is an actual bathroom in this Acela Express. That's pretty interesting. Oh, this must be the cafe car where they're serving the meals. You can buy food. Or do they call it like a snack bar? I don't know. Yeah, let's go moving along. The more coaches. What is this? The other? Yeah, the other end of the car, or the train, I mean. Alright, so next we're going to be visiting Spicy Yard. Lead builder Spicy Spider 844. Thanks to Glass and Mo for adding their locomotives to the yard. So I guess not everything's by Spicy here. Here's what it looks like. Got some Union Pacific. He does like Union Pacific a lot. So that's what that looks like. A couple of these locomotives. And they are pulling some kind of a coal gondola train. And there's a couple of rolling stock over here I guess he's going to use. And you can take a look at the locomotives themselves. And let's see what's at the end of the yard. There also is like a Union Pacific. I don't know what to exactly call this, like their coaches. There also is like this nice sanding and refueling area. Very cool in Minecraft. So the sand goes from up there and it goes down up here. You can see there's a cap there in real life. And this is supposed to be where they hook up the gasoline with these pumps here. It also has like a little shed here, so one locomotive. It's hard to see in the dark though, but it's probably Union Pacific. And on the other side there is a transverser here, so they could switch between the tracks. Although there are no tracks yet for the other side, they're still working on it. So next we're going to take a look at Ollie's planes in Warplane. So he has this giant Boeing 747 aircraft. I do like how he made this text. And that's what that looks like. I'm assuming in 1.5 to 1 scale. He has a couple of different liveries here. And here's like another one. I think this one's a Delta one. And up here is a plain one. Very cool designs. And right over here, this is a curse plane. So yeah, that does not look good at all. It has like a weird hump in the back as well as a second pair of engines right there. That should not be happening. And here is Ollie Octopus himself. I actually didn't know he was online, so I guess he's just looking. And next up we have some of Hyper's planes. So here are a couple of planes that he's built, assuming from World War II. This right here, Invasion Stripes. What is this exactly called? The Hawker Hurricane at a 1.5 to 1 scale. Well, it's a couple of these aircraft. Like everything in the gold box is apparently new. And he's working on this one and another one right there. And Hyper also built like this new Lancaster. It's apparently Lancaster B Mark III with bouncing bomb. Where's the bouncing bomb of this? I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with this aircraft. And he has a Mark II. So apparently these are different marks. But for me, I'm not familiar with this plane. They all look the same to me. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at Hisuk's area in Warp Car. He built a lot of military stuff. And we have AMX 56 right there. Got a lot of French stuff. And then back over here, a couple of Challenger 2s. Version 2, Hyper's Choice, apparently. And this is the Challenger 1. Very cool designs. I guess they're all like British. And we have an Oliphant Mark II. And a lot of bullets, so I'm not going to go around reading every sign. We're going to take a brief overview. what the builds look like so far. There's a nice build. Puma IFV, infantry fighting vehicle. What can that be from Germany? And main metal tank 70. Some kind of self-propelled gun. The Panzer Haubitze 2000. And other vehicles. Is this a striker? It is a striker. Very nice, interesting design. And there is also, he actually made the Assault Breacher, which is an interesting vehicle. I do want to make my own version. M1 ABV. Assault Breacher vehicle. This is this is his Abrams Tanks design. Very cool designs. Quite unique. You know, everyone in Minecraft, they build this tank differently all the time. So that is his designs of it. Got the Paladin and a lot of these, I guess, Vietnam or World War II era vehicles. And then we're going back to Modern Warfare, a lot of MRAPs. And he actually made his own design for the FMTV. And what could this be? Like an armor one? Yeah. And there also is some more FMTVs back over here. And I guess this is some kind of World War II, reminds me of like German tank. Then we have some Japanese self-defense force tanks. And some German tanks again, World War II. Tiger tank, etc. And what could this be? Sturmpanzer 6. Very small, tiny cannon. He actually added like the shells on the side as well. Then we have a couple of more World War II era tanks. And then we have some Israeli Merkavas, I think. Or maybe not. What is this? Shokata? I did not know. I never heard of that before. Here's the Merkava Mark IV. So some Israeli stuff. And what could this be? This is T-55, so Soviet tanks. And right across the street, there are some more vehicles. So we're gonna take a brief overview of them. A lot of tanks, a ton of tanks actually. And this is, I know these are new builds here. The Ural 4320 Soviet trucks. There also is like an ICBM launcher. So this is the Topple M on the MZKT system, and then this is what it looks like when it's in the launch position. Very tall build actually. Then we got some more Soviet stuff, you could tell because there's like a flag with the Soviet flag on it. And then we have a couple more builds here for Modern Warfare. Very nice. Now he actually does have a plane area as well, so let me try to go there. So Hisuk has been building a lot of stuff from World War II. So here we have the Hawker Sea Führer, for example. The Focke Wolf FW190. Sounds like a curse word, but I'm not cursing. And here is a ton of aircraft. Got some Japanese ones here with the roundels. Yeah, there is just a ton of stuff. Even have, this is like an interesting one. It's like a seaplane. I like these leg designs. That's pretty interesting. And some more aircraft. I wonder if these are like Stukas. Yeah, they are Stukas, so yay, my military knowledge. Alright, so here on the other side, some more planes. That's a 0 for sure. Some more planes, and this one's actually a very huge one. I wonder if this is like another scale, or is it actually that big? And 1.5. And he also does have some Modern Warfare stuff, so these are like the B-2 stealth bombers. We got the B-1 Lancer, which is a bomber as well, so a lot of bombers, and even some Russian stuff. So back over there, we have the Russian planes. Tomcat, I believe. Some more like a Sukhoi, Su-35 fighter jets. And here is Chris Keys' area in Warp Train. So apparently he has a suggestion box. You can leave stuff in. I don't know what that bell's for. But here is his new train. So he actually labeled the new trains with the green wool. I asked him to do that, so it's a lot easier to look at. So right here we have from SEPTA the Ash Trains M4. The Market Frankfurt line. Very nice design. I do like how it looks like it is from real life. And then we have right over here SEPTA ACS 64 Siemens. And what's next? Hyundai Rotom SEPTA Silverliner 5. It's a single unit. And he has another one right there. And another one. I guess there's a lot of these. And then we have the SEPTA Budco M3 Almond Joy, which is an interesting name. And then we have here some more SEPTA stuff. Silverliner 4, etc. And he also has Canadian National Train. Right there, some kind of a Jivo. I'm not sure which one it is. Let me see if there's no sign, so I can't read it. And then we have another SEPTA. So Kawasaki SEPTA B4 single cab. The Broad Street Line Broad Ridge Spur. And a couple of more of these orange trains. There also is some Amtrak stuff. ACS 64. Acela Express. Some of these coaches. Let's see what they're called. The Budco Amtrak Amfleet 2, which is the newest phase, I believe. And there is also a lot of different variations of the ACS 64 liveries, like that Coca-Cola one. Got the Amtrak Veterans unit, and this one has a US flag. This is a standard one. Alright, so for our last stop, we're going to take a look at Houston. Now, this area was in the animation I made for the Union Pacific Steam Train animation with the big boy. And actually built this quite a while ago, but I didn't get to show it. I forgot to show it in the last update video, so I'm going to show it right now before I forget again. So here's what it looks like, the set. Built by me, Jake, let's see here, Mighty Mo, and Soli. So this is actually one of the Amtrak's least used train stations, the Amtrak Houston station. So it does exist here in real life. And this is where the big boy appeared in real life, so I decided to make it as a set in Minecraft. And the fun thing about it in real life, it's actually right next to some kind of like a fire department, like a workshop area. So they have like a lot of these fire trucks on the side. In the actual animation, you don't really get to see these in the background too much. So I guess only in game you would know that these exist here. So I just use my FDNY fire trucks. I did not design like a whole entire fire department just for Texas. I just used the New York City one. And right here on the side there is some kind of like in real life this is supposed to be like a licensing area. Got a parking lot here, another parking lot, and some highway overpasses. And there also is this USPS postal facility here, so I got to reuse my trucks for that, which I do want to redesign again. So that is pretty nice. But yeah, that's actually pretty much it for Foxshot Realistic Creative Server update number 36. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, taking a look at all the different things we made. And if you guys are interested in coming on the server, check out our Planet Minecraft page down below that has our IP address. We are on Minecraft Java Edition, which is for PC 1.16.4 right now. And you guys can go on, take a trial, and you can come up builder here. We are looking for a lot of realistic builders, especially people who do buildings, because a lot of the people who come on the server, they just build vehicles. So we are interested. If you're interested in building city stuff, we do need that as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like button down below if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you hadn't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.